What's up, Wolfman fans? It's been a long time. I know that, you know that. It's been a very long time. And I'll explain to you why. Briefly, but I'll let you know. Honestly thought this whole thing was over. Like my channel and everything, I thought I was done with it. For a few reasons. One, because I wasn't living up to the fullest potential of this channel for the sake of my viewers. There's so much more I could be doing. I wasn't editing my videos anymore. I got tired of doing it. I just like to talk like this, honestly. I wasn't putting a lot of effort into it. I wasn't doing the research for the topics that I was talking about, or at least not as much as I should have been. So my thought process was there's plenty of other channels that do far more research than I do, and they provide sources to all their information for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. I wasn't doing that. You just kind of have to take me at my, borderline psychotic ranting self. You have to just take me for my word. But there it is. As well, the whole political thing, I was angry all the time. All the time I was angry. Because that's all I focused on was the things that just irritated me, the things that pissed me off. And when you spend all your time worried about the things that are pissing you off, you're not going to be happy, ever. So, there's been changes. I started a new job. I'm back in the gun range, guys. I'm back in the firearms industry. I enjoy it. I love my job. I look forward to going to work every day. And I'm very happy in my life. As you guys can see, I'm broadcasting right now from my garage. This is where I got my new house. So while I've been working a lot, my time not at work has been spent working on my house and just taking care of this, that, and the other. You can see my garage is a bit of a mess. I've got a lot of furniture that needs to be sold and gotten rid of. So that's, little by little that's happening. So I've been busy as well. So a myriad reasons why I really haven't posted a video in quite a while. But I think it's time for another rant. I think some things need to be said. So buckle up. Here we go. Look, let's start off with coronavirus. Guys, it needs to be said. It's over with. It's done. The vaccines have been rolled out. I don't have the figures on me right here, but I can tell you I don't hear, and nobody really does unless you're in the medical field. You don't really hear of new large scale outbreaks or anything. Big, large rising numbers and cases of confirmed COVID. You don't hear about that. It's been largely found that the COVID responses that we're taking in various places around the U.S., California, Minnesota, New York, the places like that, to be largely ineffective and actually harmful and leading to the deaths of more people than really was necessary. But places like Florida that decided we're not going to shut down the economy, we're not going to cram known COVID infected patients into old folks assisted living facilities so we can at least quarantine them. No, because then everybody dies. They didn't do that. Texas on the whole hasn't done all that. We did close some things down, but Greg Abbott, thank God, he decided, yeah, this is dumb, we're not doing this. And we've been open for a long time. He lifted the mask mandates. So now, hey, if you want to wear a mask, driving around in your car, riding a motorcycle, I have seen it, whatever, hey, look, you look ridiculous, but you do you. But we're not going to require people to do it. Thank you, Governor Abbott, for that. Appreciate it. Again, vaccines have been rolled out. I haven't gotten a vaccine because I fully don't really trust them, but I think maybe it is the right decision. If you're of an older age, or maybe you do spend a lot of time around people of an elderly age, maybe you should, just to be safe. I don't. Either of those scenarios, does not apply to me, so I don't really worry about it. And I don't really, for my age, I'm not going to die from the coronavirus. I don't care. So I get sick. I've got sick days. I'm okay. So, and I don't have any really other underlying health conditions, so I'm not really concerned. But COVID, guys, it's over. Let it go. Uh, what else we got dealing with? Oh yeah, power issues, gas shortages. Okay, so the gas shortage, and this kind of goes back to the COVID thing as well. Remember at the beginning of COVID when everybody started freaking out about it and they started panic buying toilet paper and hand sanitizer and all that mess, and nobody could find it anywhere because you had people filling their garage full of this stuff, stockpiling for the end of the world, I guess. I don't know. Fill in the blank. You tell me. Same thing is happening now with gas. Now, the fear has been planted in us that there's going to be a gas shortage because of what Biden and his administration are doing. They've cut the Keystone XL pipeline. That's not news. We knew that. That happened a while back, but it has ramifications. Now people are panic buying fuel. So, really, what's this? What am I getting at? What I'm getting at is fear. People, all you have to do is instill some kind of fear in them, whether it's legit or not. I'm sorry to say this, I really hate to say this, but people are dumb enough to believe it. Even if they're just trying to be on the safe side, people are dumb enough to believe and to buy into the fear mongering. So that's all they have to do. Somebody just has to start the rumor. Everybody else takes the action and causes the panic. And they cause the real problems. Guys, we need to stop being scared. We're patriots of this country. We love our country, we love our home, or at least most of us do. Don't trust the government. Every time they start talking, stop listening. You know what the laws are. You don't have to listen to their nonsense. You don't have to listen to their talking heads that get out there on the media and CNN and what have you, and listen to the lies that drip out of their mouth. You don't have to. No one's forcing you to do it. There's no law that says you have to. Don't listen to them. They're feeding you BS. They're feeding you crap. The last honest president that we had, I'd say president because I can't really speak for the rest of his administration. I don't really know that well, but Trump, dude, he at least was honest with you. If maybe a bit rough around the edges, he at least was straight up. He said what he meant. He meant what he said. And y'all kicked him out of office for that, or you tried to. But as soon as the time came to get a new president, you booted him, got a new guy. And what did you get out of that? A bumbling old man who can barely make it through a speech. A speech that he's reading off of a teleprompter or off a script. He can barely make it through that. And at the end of the day, all he's doing is repeating the same stuff that these other people have said. They wrote the script for him. He's just reading it. Half the time, I'm not even sure the man knows where he is. You know, when he was still with his full faculties, he was a crook. He was a liar. He was dishonest. Now, dude's past his prime. He is past his expiration date. But that's so y'all wanted for president. Wait, no. Let me actually clarify that. Y'all didn't necessarily want Biden or Kamala Harris in the president and vice presidential seats. Y'all wanted not Trump. If Scooby-Doo had run for president against Trump, despite the fact that he is a non-existent cartoon dog, he's not a real person, you would have voted for him. You would have gladly voted for a complete and total power vacuum just to not have Trump anymore. Well, I hope you're happy with your decision, because this is how it's paying off. This is what we're dealing with. We're dealing with a lot of lost jobs because of we're shutting down the pipeline and stuff like that so we can go green on energy. Let me tell you about that green energy and how well it works out, by the way, since we're on the topic. I live in Texas, born and raised. This is my home, and I love it. Unfortunately, we've been under government sanctions. I, I use the word sanctions, it's a bit strong, but basically, the government has more or less mandated that we use more green energy, green renewable energies such as solar and wind power. Well, here's the problem with that. We didn't have a sufficient backup for it because they've been shutting down coal plants or oil. They've been shutting that stuff down. So when we had a massive freeze come through, sometime around February, I believe it was, guess what? Windmills froze up. Your solar panels were covered in snow. To make things worse, it was overcast. They weren't getting any sun, not generating any power. So what were we having? Power shortages, power outages, rolling blackouts across the state. That's how good your green energy works. It's garbage. I don't say that we can't use it at all. Sure, if we can find another way to help generate energy and maybe cut down on some pollution, hey, I'm all for it. But you can't, unless you find something that's 100% green, that 100% works 100% of the time, you're going to have a backup. And that's going to fall more on the conventional coal and oil and those kind of energy sources. You're going to need it. Thank God my new house has a wood-burning fireplace. We didn't have any heat because no electricity, rolling blackout. I worked as a plumber at the time. I know how bad things were because I had to fix burst pipes in people's houses. I just thank the Lord that my house, my brand new house, didn't have any burst pipes. The old house I moved from, I did have to fix a few. Before I finally was able to finish moving out of the house, I had to fix a few pipes. They screwed us. They're consistently screwing us. And they're going to tell you it's for the greater good, for your greater good, for your best interest. It's not. Point in case, it's not. They don't care about you. They don't care about us. All they care about us is that we produce for them. Everybody's over there talking about singing Dr. Fauci's praises, Bill Gates' praises. Bill Gates advocates for a vaccine. You know, this is the same man who gave a TED talk talking about producing vaccines that can actually lower the population. Are you kidding me? Well, we're going to tout it like, oh, yeah, this guy's on the level. No. They don't care about you. What they care about is themselves, their own financial status. Well, like I said, they want to create, and I said this a long time ago, but they want to create a new kind of feudalism where they, at the upper echelons of both society and the economic ladder, they're your new nobility, your new royalty. Everybody else, we're mere peasants, we're serfs. Our job and our existence is merely meant to serve them, be that in production, what have you. That's our job. Why do you think they're trying to? But they also have to keep us in control. Part of that is population control. If they can keep the population controlled, they have less people to worry about. Divide and conquer. That's why there's so much hate being spread right now. It's not about equality. It's not about equity. It's not about any of that bullshit. What it is, it's about dividing us. If we're divided, we can't stand together against their bullshit, you know? They're trying to confuse us. Tell little boys that it's okay if they're girls. Let the parents decide that. Let the parents make the decision on whether or not to put the child on hormone blockers. Well, when you have a bunch of people who are addicted to TikTok, video games, and can't tell what gender they are, there's a lot less of the alpha male going on. The strong male. There's a lot less of that, therefore there's a lot less procreation. Population reduction. A reduced population that is divided against itself and reliant on the government to survive. I know you guys have been getting the COVID bailout packages. You guys have been getting that COVID stimulus checks. A lot of people are not. Nobody's really complaining about it. I am. Don't give me another stimulus. I don't want it. What I want is for you to take the money that you're already taxing the hell out of us to get and fix this damn country the right way. Don't defund the police. Why are we gonna legalize crime? And before you say that's not what we're trying to do, think about what you're doing. You're letting violent felons out of prison and giving them pardons and all kinds of crazy shit. Every time a black guy on the street gets shot by a cop, it's automatically it was a racist cop and he just went out hunting for a black man. It couldn't be because the black guy resisted arrest. He's got a history of violence and he actually tried to fucking beat the shit out of the cop. No, it couldn't be anything like that. It was the cop wanting to kill a black man. That's the only logical explanation. They're destroying the population of this country and turning it into a hellhole. We're the only civilized part of the nation is amongst the, again, top echelon of society and of the economic ladder. They're the civilized ones. They're the knowledgeable ones. They're the enlightened elite. The rest of us, well, we don't know what gender we are. We're stupid. We have to rely on whatever they tell us and whatever they give us. That's where we're headed. And I'm trying to tell you people that, but you're not listening to me because you're still out there panic buying gas. Here's the best way you fight against it. One, stop listening to them. I'm sorry. It's not hard for me. Who's the press secretary? What's her name? Jen Psaki. She's the most ineloquent person. I think ineloquent's a word. Anyway, she is a horrible speaker. Clearly never had any kind of lessons in public speaking, any experience in it whatsoever. I've never heard a person use so many never heard somebody do that so much in a public speaking position as she does. She stammers over her words so much you would think that she had a stutter. You would think that she was mentally retarded. Well, she makes herself seem that way anyway, but she's not. She's actually an intelligent person. She just doesn't know how to talk publicly. And she's doing it on a national platform. Hell, she's the U.S. press secretary to the President of the United States. I think in her position, it would be important for her to know how to do some public speaking without stammering over her words and saying and all the time. But I guess we have a president that can't even fucking stick to his own script without wandering off into the cornfields. But, you know, this is the true state of the union right now. This is the state of the union. Fear and hatred reign while we have a president that just wanders aimlessly when he talks, talking about nothing in particular, wanders off topic and nobody stops him. Press secretary who can't speak publicly to save her life. This is the true state of the union. We want to change it. Stop listening to them. Stop listening to them talk. You know the laws. Obey the laws. Do what you got to do. Vote. Definitely vote. You want change? You vote for change. That's the process. That's how we do things in this nation. You can make that change. Stop listening to the crap they spout. Dr. Fauci, man, I'm not saying he should be arrested or anything like that. I'm saying that he needs to be knocked out of whatever position he holds, and he needs to have his doctorate, that little doctor title, revoked. He needs to be put back on the street, a normal person, where everybody can see him for the fraudulent ass that he truly is. Bill Gates, everybody needs to stop paying attention. No, pay attention to him. Pay attention to him. But don't prop him up. angry little nerdy dude who's trying to eliminate half the population through vaccines. Stop letting that happen. Stop buying into the lies, the nonsense. Go about your normal life. Work your job. Have barbecues with your family. They're up there saying, well, you know, if we can reach this point in herd immunity, we can maybe have small gatherings in the backyard and have a barbecue with the family, just like 4 or 5 people. Look, dude, you don't get to tell me how many people I can have at my house for a barbecue. That's not up to you. If you think you need government permission to celebrate the 4th of July, then you're clearly, you're very clearly unclear about, clearly unclear. It's very obvious that you're unclear on what you're celebrating, what the 4th of July is about. If you think you need government's permission to celebrate the 4th of July, you don't need the government's permission to celebrate a family member's birthday. You don't need their permission to attend a wedding or to go to a funeral. You don't need their permission for such things. You just need to do it. Take off the mask. Stop walking around scared and ridiculous. If you're truly that scared, stay home. Don't go anywhere. Hell, the president's offering you money to do that anyway. But for the rest of us, we're going to go about our normal daily lives, and we're going to continue to live, and we're going to continue to work and attend family gatherings and host barbecues. We're going to continue to go about our life. That is how you fight back against this nonsense. And at a certain point, when they see that everybody has stopped listening to them, stopped heeding everything they say, and stopped adhering to their ridiculous demands, they'll fade. Someone else, someone stronger, will take their position. Or they'll push harder and piss the people off to the point of revolution, a second revolution. Now, I'm hoping it doesn't come to that. I would never want to see that. That kind of bloodshed on the American soil again, like another revolution or another civil war. That's not something we want. But then again, it wasn't something we wanted in the past either. It's something that had to happen. So, take that, everything I've said, for what it's worth. If it means nothing to you, if you think I'm out of my mind, if you think I'm crazy, hey, feel free to just ignore this and go about doing things however you feel they should be done. That's your right as an American. But if you're with me, I encourage you guys to stand up and put it out there, how you feel about it, like I'm doing right now. You can share this video. You can make your own video. I encourage you, everybody has a camera on their phone. Make a video and post it out to Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, any kind of social media. Post that video of you living your life free, as is your God-given right, acknowledged by the founding documents of this country, that you can go and live your life and pursue all those dreams. Dreamers don't just come from across the border, guys. Dreamers exist in the United States. We were born here and raised here. We have dreams too, and some of that's just living happy. You know, the whole life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness thing. That's what we're all about. So, again, post that video. Show everybody you're living life and being happy. And that you're not bound by the government's ridiculous suggestions of how to live your life to prevent the spread of COVID or whatever. Nah, go back to life and show them you're doing it. Show the world that the United States, the people, we're different. That our government does not adequately represent what the United States is and who we are. Show them. Show all of your neighbors. Show your friends. Show the world. That's all I got to say. Again, guys, I'm sorry it's been such a long time since I posted a video, but I think at this point we should keep going with this because there are some things that need to be said. Even by a little guy like me who really makes not a lot of effort. Sometimes just sitting there and having the conversation is important. You got to jumpstart that thought process and get people into it and get people going, yeah, let's do that. Let's hype each other up and let's take back the country, make it what it's supposed to be. Not by violence. No, that doesn't need to be happening. Take back the country through love, understanding, and support of each other. But take back the country by showing that you don't rely on the government's permission to live. All right? That's what I got. Anyway, guys, I hope you, was it Tuesday night? Maybe early Wednesday morning at this particular time. I don't know. I hope you guys are enjoying yourselves this week. The weather's kind of crappy around Texas right now. It's a lot of raining, but at least it's springtime. Soon we'll be in the summer with no rain, and we'll be complaining about that. So anyways, I hope you guys are having a great life. I hope everything's going wonderful in your world. I hope to hear from some of you guys in the comments. It's been too long, guys. It really has. And again, I encourage you to make videos such as this and, videos of you living your life and enjoying yourself and show the world, again, that you are a free American. That's all I got. You guys stay awesome, and we'll see you next time. Later.